I'm ranking all of the episodes from Black Mirror Season 7 from my least favorite to the one that I thought was the best. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 6, I have Hotel Reverie. I've seen that this episode is really split for people. Some of y'all loved it, some of y'all didn't. I'm in the camp that didn't. The concept was interesting, but I just wasn't a fan of the execution. It really didn't hit for me, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. At number 5, I have Plaything. Again, another interesting concept, but honestly, I was kind of bored with the episode. I will say the actor who played older Cameron did a great job, and I kind of want to play with the throngs, but overall the episode didn't do much for me. Coming in at number 4 is USS Callister Into Infinity. This was a fun episode. I did start to feel the runtime a little bit, but it was still enjoyable. Honestly, my favorite part was them watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. That scene was hilarious. Now, the next 2 episodes were kind of tied for me, but I had to pick one for my number 3 and my number 2. So, coming in at number 3 is Common People. This episode really hit me because of its commentary on the US healthcare system. It showed just how brutal and unfair it can be when people's lives are treated like a transaction. Watching how everything boiled down to what you could afford and how little your humanity mattered when money was involved was honestly heartbreaking. I can definitely see why this episode was such a gut punch for a lot of people. Alright, now at number 2, I have Eulogy. And listen, I should have known an episode called Eulogy was gonna get me all in my feels. It was beautiful, but also very heartbreaking. The acting was great. I love the way that they explored grief and regret, the unreliability of memories and relationships, and the visuals, literally stepping into a photograph that was absolutely stunning. And finally, my pick for the best episode of Black Mirror Season 7 is Bête Noire. Now, I try not to overuse the word trigger, but this episode was definitely triggering. It had one of the best displays of gaslighting I've seen on screen. As a Black woman in the workplace, the way they portrayed microaggressions and gaslighting really hit home for me, and I know that it hit home for so many other Black women. There were other themes too, like the impact of childhood bullying, the effects of revenge, and even a little bit about the Mandela effect, but the gaslighting was really what stood out to me. Now, I was a little nervous about how they were going to end it. Spoilers ahead. At one point, I really thought that they were going to have her unalived by the police, and I was like, they wouldn't. They shouldn't. But I don't think Black Mirror is that kind of show, and I'm glad they didn't go there. At first I was like, Empress of the Universe? Really? But honestly, I ended up liking it better than the alternative of what I thought they were gonna do. She was out there looking like Beyonce, and I wasn't mad at it. Alright y'all, that was my ranking of Black Mirror Season 7. Let me know your ranking down in the comments. I'm curious to see where you place each episode.